What's up with the squad? Back with another video. I seen the titles going out. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, please. Y'all see it right here. Got here. Hakeem Jeffries is out celebrating the Democratic wins and saying that they basically, not literally YouTube, smoke Republicans nationwide, meaning of them winning. You know, I have to say that because I know how YouTube can get. Meanwhile, the government is still shut down, but instead of working to get his caucus to agree to a clean CR and reopen the government, he's on TV playing victory tour politics, and wonder why people are constantly using memes about him. Check it out.
This is a big night for America and a big night for the Democratic Party. We have smoked these fools all across the country, in Virginia, in New Jersey, in Pennsylvania, in Georgia, in California, and at all points in between. The American people have had enough with the extremism, enough with the lies, enough with the broken promises. Democrats are going to fight to make life better for the American people, to lower the high cost of living, fix our broken healthcare system, clean up corruption, and push back against this Republican extremism. We're about to end this national nightmare, and together we will continue our country's march toward a more perfect union.
It's a shame. It's definitely a shame. Definitely sad. I'll tell you that. Definitely sad. Literally, even that, you know, I know I put out a video earlier, you know, and basically, you know, about Nancy Pelosi's retirement. Just like many others, Hakeem Jeffries falsely claims that Nancy Pelosi did more for the American people than almost all House members. The only person she enriched while in the House is herself. And y'all know why. We talked about it at trading.
He's just a vile creature. The worst thing on the face of the earth. But anyway.
You think he's the worst thing on the face of the earth?
I do, yeah. I do. Because he's the president of the United States and he does not honor the Constitution of the United States.
A vile creature, the worst thing on the face of the earth. Do you stand by what your mentor, Congresswoman Pelosi, said about the president?
Nancy Pelosi, Speaker Emerita Pelosi, is a legendary figure, a hero. She's done so much for so many, over so many years. She speaks powerfully, she speaks authentically, she speaks eloquently on issues of importance to the American people.
Even in that moment?
As I indicated, Nancy Pelosi is a legend. She has done more for people here in this country than almost every single American who has served in the House of Representatives. She's a force of nature. She's made a difference in the lives of millions of people, and it's been an honor and a privilege to serve with her over these years that I've spent in Congress.
Definitely a shame. I'll tell you that. Definitely a shame. I truly don't understand it. I truly don't understand it. And like I said, they wonder, you know, he's full of lies. This is exactly why, you know, people continue to make memes and talk about him and say this, say that, because of the lies that they put out. Just be real or don't say nothing about it at all. I feel like that's one thing that you can do. Just be real or don't say none at all. I mean, just going as far as saying that she's done a lot and did more for the American people. Straight lies. Here's J.D. Vance on, you know, and I said something about, you know, the memes, and I kept saying something because I wanted to show y'all what J.D. Vance said about it. Check it out.
And, you know, poking some fun at the absurdity of the Democrats themselves. I mean, I'll tell Hakeem Jeffries right now, I make this solemn promise to you that if you help us reopen the government, the sombrero memes will stop. And I've talked to the President of the United States about that. Now, to your first question, are we negotiating one-on-one? Are we negotiating in groups? Look, I will go to the U.S. Capitol right now and meet with Chuck Schumer or any Senate Democrat if it helps us reopen the government. Most of the conversations, my experience at least, have been. And
I'm telling y'all, and y'all see it right here. I'm tired of them pointing the finger all the time. Oh, they don't want to negotiate. They don't want to talk. They don't want to meet. They don't want to do this. Y'all seen, not so long ago, Chuck Schumer wanted a backroom meeting. He wanted a private meeting, secret meeting, you know, and they wasn't going for it. Mike Johnson didn't want to go for it at all. But you have it here. And now, J.D. Vance and Vice President J.D. Vance, President Trump, Mike Johnson, the Trump administration are been pushing this. And, the American people, says here Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries are demanding an immediate meeting with the president and, the leaders to end the government shutdown. Literally says here, dear President Trump, we write to demand a bipartisan meeting of legislative leaders to end the shutdown of the federal government and decisively address the Republican healthcare crisis. Democrats stand ready to meet with you face to face, anytime, any place. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And got Hakeem Jeffries' signature and Chuck Schumer's signature. It says Charles E. Schumer, but Chuck Schumer's in it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And it's all right there. November 5th. So it's all right there. One thing about it though is that I constantly just get sick and tired of them putting out these lies and making it seem like they're the ones that's getting this stuff together and being that mature person about it. And they're the ones that's definitely been childish. I'm telling y'all, definitely been childish. You got it right here. As Senator Mullen just outrageously revealed, Chuck Schumer held a backroom meeting and demanded Democrat senators wait until after tonight's election to reopen the government. So, as y'all see, I read y'all this letter. I find it kind of weird how when Zoran Mondani, and, I just showed y'all the video of, Hakeem Jeffries, he's excited and about the Democratic Party, and I just find it a little weird. Now they're ready to meet. Then you got here, of Schumer holding a backroom meeting, and demanding that, these Democrat senators wait until after tonight's election to reopen the government. I'm telling y'all, wicked stuff.
Democrat that said, quote, we feel like now after the No Kings rally, our neck is simply in a guillotine. And now they got to wait until after the election. Last week, Liz, I know Dick Durbin wanted to break with the Democrats and reopen the government. Chuck Schumer, in a private meeting with other Democrat senators, said that if you'll just wait till after the election, I'll release the handcuffs. I added the handcuff part, but basically I'm paraphrasing what he said. The reason why is because they're afraid their base wouldn't show up today in Virginia, New Jersey, and in New York. So it's been about politics. It's never been about policy. It's been about holding the American people as leverage points, regardless of the damage they cause to the livelihood of these individuals. But elections are more important than the Dems because why? They know their polls is at the very bottom than it's ever been for the Democrat Party.
So in other words, they care more so about themselves rather than the American people. And what is crazy to me is that those same American people that they're not caring about are supporting them. That's why it's so important for people to understand and to pay attention to what's going on. I'm telling y'all, they have to pay attention to what's going on. Says Hakeem Jeffries continued to lie about the shutdown, that he voted and blames Republicans. I'm telling y'all.
This is day 37 of the Trump Republican shutdown, the longest in our nation's history. And the American people continue to be hurt by the chaos, the confusion, the cruelty that Donald Trump and Republicans are inflicting on our nation.
But the funny thing is, he gets on CNN and gets called out. Definitely embarrassing for him. Definitely. Check it out.
Mr. Leader, you guys are voting no on opening the government, not Republicans. I know you're asking for specific things, and it's much more complicated than that. We'll get to that in 1 second.
Hold on a second, Dana, because let's just be clear about that. The American people clearly understand who's responsible for shutting down the government.
Yeah, but you said they shut down the government.
They did shut down the government. They have the House, the Senate, and the presidency.
Mr. Leader,
I'm gonna play that again.
But you said they shut down the government.
They did shut down the government. They have the House, the Senate, and the presidency.
Even CNN. And that just goes to show you on why they took this and wrote this letter to President Trump. I'm telling y'all, it's stuff like this. It's stuff like this. It literally goes to show y'all, right? It's all of it's right here. I'm telling y'all, all of it's right here. There's John Fetterman, literally, saying what, against, Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries or what they're doing. I'm telling y'all, check it out.
Well, what I'm saying is that it's not so much as of a blame. I think it's more about what's driving it and who's driving it and who is withholding their votes and are about opening or keeping our government closed. I've been a part of one of three, as you pointed out, and that means we need 5 more. So for me, that's where we are. And I agree that it's a bad idea to shut our government down. It was wrong if the Republicans would do this as they've done, and it's wrong now as we are doing it this right now. So for me, that is a country over party situation. And now 42 million Americans now are in food insecurity, and all of the unions that are being directly hit by this, and they all have been calling this needs to end. And that's where I'm at, and America's fly system, now that's now been impacted. I fly every week, and I can see more and more delays and cancelings right there on the boards. So why would we want to mess with this now? We're just a couple weeks away from Thanksgiving. I think we've reached the point now. This really has to end, and it's not about the blame or who's going to blink. Right now, I think this thing, it's entirely appropriate, has to end.
Do you sense that there's any momentum among your Democrat colleagues to finish this, or are they waiting till after the election tonight?
I wouldn't describe it as momentum, but I would describe it of they realizing it's getting harder and harder to rationalize keeping our entire government down. And it doesn't mean there's 47 of it.
But don't sugarcoat it, though. Don't sugarcoat it. They waiting after the election.
And we need 5 more. So this doesn't need a wave. It just needs 5 more colleagues to say, look, we can all 47 of us agrees we should want to extend our tax credits and make our health insurance more affordable. But now we need 5 more to agree this has gone too long and it needs to end. And everyone deserves to get paid. And we want to make sure everyone gets fed. And now we are sending the wrong message at this point.
Literally saying it. They're sending the wrong message. And it just goes to show you on how many people are starting to realize this. So when you hear Hakeem Jeffries or Chuck Schumer, oh yeah, the Americans, they understand. They don't. There's so many videos of people that's seeing, and I'm saying understand on their part, on the left. There's so many individuals, that are seeing, different things when it comes to, rather if it's on TikTok, YouTube, this, that, and the other. They're seeing stuff. And they're noticing. They're seeing the struggles from their neighbors. I'm telling y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all much. Love everybody. Catch y'all next one.